Peggy 16.
Our Dracula is very different to the Draculas that we've seen before in other forms of literature or in movies and things like that. He's not a kind of quintessential evil guy.
It's a tale about someone that doing good ends up being evil.
It's not black and white, it's very much shades of grey. We showed the journey of Gabriel in the first game, from light to darkness, and in this game we go from dark to very, very dark, and it's a much more crueler tale, a much darker tale. And I think that following a character that you can identify with is really important. So we wanted to have a guy that people really saw, really felt for him, they understood how he got to that place. And so I think in many ways our Dracula is more human than previous incarnations of Dracula.
Dracula's motivations are to end his immortal life.
That's the main thing that's driving him in the game. He's been alive for a long time. He's tired of living. He wants to, to end this and to move on.
Don't misunderstand me. He's an evil guy. He embraced evil for real, and you're going to see that in the game. I
think Dracula is quite a scheming character and a very intelligent, predatory animal, if you like, and he's looking to settle some scores. We specifically designed Dracula as a character that people could identify with. Our early designs of Dracula were much more kind of a very powerful character, but we wanted to give a top throwback to how he looked in the original game.
So when making a game, you need to be careful about designing characters, especially main characters, especially Dracula. You have to think that it's the first time in Castlevania history that you play with Dracula.
Also with Dracula having new weapons and new abilities, we wanted to give him a much kind of more athletic way of moving. His animations changed quite a lot. We wanted to make him look cool. His hair is longer. He's more refined, if you like, more sophisticated.
In Castlevania, Dracula's been always a bad guy that appears for a few moments and goes woo, and that's it. We wanted to build a real character with emotions, with contradictions from day one. So yeah, pretty much Gabriel was our Dracula from day one.
Did they tell you that blood would fight against blood for all eternity?
We'd already done a lot of the work already with the motion capture actor, so there was kind of like a guide, if you like, to go to. And I think that what Robert's brought to the role is he's made Dracula really dangerous, and you can sense the evil, you can sense the kind of predatory nature of the character that wasn't there before, and I think it really comes across. And that's something he was very certain that he wanted to do on the voiceover section, because we kind of wanted him to imitate what the other actor had done. And he was like, no, Gabriel wouldn't do that. He wouldn't be like that. He would be much more like this. And as soon as we heard his performance, we realised that actually he was right, that this was the way to do it.
I am no longer Gabriel, woman. I am the dragon, Dracula. I am the Prince of Darkness.
I think my favourite Dracula in cinema is probably Gary Oldman's portrayal of Dracula in the Francis Ford Coppola film. He changes quite a lot between, a real person with emotions. He loves, Winona Ryder's character, and the love between them is quite, very powerful. But also, he's kind of this nasty, he's this monster, and we see that really clearly. And I really think his portrayal was probably the best Dracula I've ever seen.
I also loved the previous one, especially Nosferatu, the old, very, very old movie. That was a bit naive for today's standards, but this is terrific,
But my favourite vampire movie is Near Dark, which I think is one of the best vampire movies I've seen. They really show vampires in a kind of gritty, horrible, very uneasy way, which I've not seen since either. And I think there's an element of that in this as well, in Lord's Shadow 2. We do things with our Dracula that I don't think have been done.
So I hope that's given you a deeper insight into our Dracula from Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. If there's anything else you'd like to know, please send in your questions to the Twitter account address displayed on the screen, and I will answer them on behalf of Dave in a response video coming up soon.